because of feelings.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
And even when I was at Carnival, like the visceral reaction I got from women, like interviewing them when I said, "What do you think of Andrew Tate?" And they're immediately like, "Da da 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 da," and I'm like, "What does he say that's that bad?"
Yeah.
Like, okay, men don't like old women. Like, who cares?
I don't think it's anything he says that is bad. It's kind of like with Kevin Samuels, how he before I first watched his videos, I'd be like, "Oh, Kevin, blah blah blah, he's saying bad things about black women, blah blah blah." But when I watched it, I was like, he's actually telling the truth.
Yeah.
And so I think when it comes to women
You're
and
such a pick me, Jess. Sorry, God. Sorry.
I think when it comes to women and not just women, but mainly in this conversation, when something is brought against them, they don't take the time to listen and look into what it is this person is saying. Is instantly like, you said something against women, we're going to try to get you off as quickly as possible, instead of sitting down, listening to what he's saying, taking the bits that are like, okay, maybe that's true, and the other bits be like, that's not true, and taking it in and being like, how can I better myself from this conversation that this man had, even though his approach may not be something that I like to hear, but what his words are saying is something that I may need to hear.
That's what it is. I feel like women feel a lot more by the way men say things, but going down to the factual things, we don't really take it in, as you said. Like, it's just based on, as you said, one word, and we're just like, no, that was rude. But it's just like, you have to take it in a bit more. But it depends on maturity.
But that's why I said the weak now govern the strong, because only the weak get. You know what I mean? Their feelings get hurt, and then they govern the strong, and they say, "Oh, you're not allowed to say that now." Now, there's no more strong people because the weak got offended.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about this the other day on that Fresh and Fit show, and it came up, like, what did he actually get cancelled for? And I can't even, I mean, maybe somebody can answer, but I can't think specifically what he got cancelled for, really. It was just, he got cancelled just for being Andrew Tate, really. And like one, social media company banned him, then the next one, and then they're probably sitting there in their boardroom thinking, oh, God, we've got to do something about this guy. And then so the next one goes down. And it was like that, wasn't it? It wasn't, I don't think it was like a specific, like,
there was a certain sentence.
Yeah, so as we can see from that video, they were talking about how, the females specifically, that a lot of times things that are said that are highly important and informative and injective and constructive for people and correct are taken out of context and or just not accepted because it's feels before reels, as Rollo Tomasi would say. I have a society now that is acquiescing to that type of behavior, and it's absolutely ridiculous and toxic as far as I'm concerned. It goes back to what Bruce Lee had said, which, don't pray for an easy life, pray for the ability so that I could handle a difficult one. And why is that so important? It's important because you can pray for an easy life. It doesn't mean you'll get it. You won't ever become better by having an easy life. But if you pray for the ability or acquire the ability to be able to handle a difficult life, you are suited with the skills to handle anything.
Yeah, give me the tools to handle a difficult life.
Our society is not thriving towards that direction, nor does it actually believe that we should even go that way. Everything is about critiquing what people say, critiquing the exposure online, censoring, canceling, stopping, quote unquote, disinformation.
But there's no accountability, though. It's like you're critiquing and doing it, but there's no accountability, because you can say whatever and be wrong. And there's no accountability in the critiques and the slander and everything when it comes down to people. It's like emotional reasoning. We can almost say like the cancel Andrew Tate is based on, it's got to be predicated on emotional reasoning, whereas your emotions are so influenced that you think it's objective truth. So if there's no accountability, like, well, are we canceling this person because we have objective facts that says that he was wrong in what he said? If not, then it's all predicated on emotional reasoning. And to give that power is sad. To give that power is sad, because what are we doing? We're basically saying because we don't feel that what a person says is wrong. And then when she says, I don't like how Kevin, even to the ladies on there, I don't like how Kevin Samuels or them deliver, even though he's truthful. And that's another problem I have. It's like, well, look at Eric Thomas. Would he be Eric Thomas if he didn't deliver his message the way he did?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're just like, well,
so what's the difference?
I don't like how he's saying it. So what's the difference? Well, I like how he is because he's a motivated speaker. Okay, so what's wrong with Kevin Samuels saying the truth, but saying in the same regards of how a motivational speaker speaks? But yet you say, I don't like his delivery, but I had to take his words because they were truthful. It's like, what's wrong with a person's delivery? Because there's a lot of people that speak like that, but no one says nothing against like a lot of the motivational speakers that speak in a lot stronger, or the athletes that speak, like Ray Lewis, right before a game,
David Goggins.
No one basically questions him, but it's like, so these people in the manosphere, again, because it has to come back to information you just don't like. So it doesn't matter if he was even being subtly loud. It would still come up you like he's being really loud.
Yes.
And aggressive.
Yes.
Because he's not speaking louder than Eric Thomas, right?
No. Or David Goggins.
They're nowhere.
Or Goggins. Nor is he even using the vernacular or even talking like them. They are talking 10 times harder than he ever could. I mean, Eric Thomas. I mean, come on. David Goggins. I mean, this guy is insane.
Yeah, they're not trying to cancel these people. No. These people ain't getting canceled.
No, they'll never get canceled.